Yo, I ain't here for the money, I ain't here for the fame. Though it might be nice to own a jet plane, I'ma do it all for you.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Inside Edge with Rick and Ryan.
What's going on, guys? How you doing today?
Today we'll be covering a couple different topics. We're going to talk about the NFL draft because that's probably the most look forward to event this week. So we'll talk a little bit about that. We're going to talk about the MLB after that. Go over a couple different topics for you guys, and hopefully you guys will like what we got for you this week. Starting off with the NFL draft, though, Rick, what you got?
I think, I'm not going to say I called it, but I kind of called it. I personally thought that Baker Mayfield was the best quarterback in this draft because of what he has done in college, which a lot of people will say that doesn't matter, but I think he's the best passer in the draft. He's at roughly a 70% completion percentage in college, and I thought he was going to be the number one. I thought between him and Josh Rosen, they were the two best quarterbacks in the draft. And I was very surprised that Baker Mayfield went to the Browns, but I think he's a perfect fit because he plays with a chip on his shoulder.
Yeah, I agree with that. Baker Mayfield is definitely a good number one overall. His college stats are just unreal. I think he had 40 passing touchdowns the last 2 seasons. Less than, I think, the most interceptions he had in college, like 7 maybe.
Yeah.
Very good passer. I'm definitely questioning whether he'll be able to succeed immediately in Cleveland. He has a good team around him now, it seems like. They went and picked up people like Jarvis Landry. They have Josh Brown back.
I honestly wouldn't be surprised.
Carlos Hyde.
I would not be surprised if they were able to pull off some kind of like playoff close to run this year. Their team's stacked. It comes down in the quarterback position. So, first off, we got to see who wins the job because they have Tyrod Taylor there with them. So, I assume with how the NFL works now that Baker Mayfield's going to be the day one guy, but you never know.
Yeah, we'll see. If I think he should probably sit a couple games behind Tyrod. Tyrod knows how to control a game, but we'll see. Yeah, but I think Baker Mayfield was the top quarterback in the draft with Rosen. I agree with you. Maybe Lamar Jackson at a wild card. I don't know about Darnold and Josh Allen, but who really knows with those guys either.
Yeah, heard it here first, guys. Darnold is a bust. I'm sorry. This guy is not good. I saw him play this year in person, and he went for 266 and 3 touchdowns against ASU, whose defensive backs are awful, by the way. Sounds like a pretty decent game, right? Yeah, no. He had a 54% completion rating. He was missing throws all over the place. It's a game where he should have had it close to a 70% completion rating because ASU's defensive backs are terrible. Look at me. I'm an ASU fan. I would know how bad their defensive backs are. Like, he should have had at least a 70% completion. He probably could have thrown for 300 or 400 yards. So,
yeah, we'll see.
I don't know.
Something's telling me Josh Allen's going to be good. I don't know how or why, but we'll see.
The dude's got a cannon, but I mean,
I don't know. Something's telling me he's going to be good. We'll see.
Well, have you ever seen from high school through college, he's never had a 60% completion rating?
Yeah.
Not even in high school.
Maybe. I mean, there's definitely some factors that go in with completion percentage. He went to a smaller school. You never know. Wide receivers might be dropping passes. I don't know. We'll see what happens. I don't know. I have a good feeling about him because everyone's freaking hating on him. So we'll see.
The best pick in this draft, though, I mean, I hate to say it because the Broncos already have a great defense. Bradley Chubb is just going to be an absolute monster.
Oh, yeah. He's a monster. He's going to...
Him and Barkley, I mean, you couldn't go wrong with either of them. Mattering on what side of the ball you're looking to upgrade on, he's going to be so good.
Yeah, Bradley Chubb and Von Miller lined up across from each other is going to be crazy.
Super cool thing that happened during the draft, though, in the first round. The Edmonds brothers. 2 brothers drafted in the first round.
Yeah, that's super impressive.
One went
gotta be the first time ever.
One went 18 and one went 28.
Yeah.
So, pretty impressive.
Yeah, Tremaine Edmonds went to Buffalo, and then Terrell Edmonds went to Pittsburgh. One plays safety, one plays linebacker. It should be pretty interesting.
Another cool thing was Ridley for Alabama is now with the Falcons, so it's like kind of like that the Alabama brotherhood right there between him and Julio.
Yeah, Julio and Ridley. That's going to be a deadly combo. Matt Ryan's going to be one to watch this year, see what he can do with that. We got to talk about Saquon Barkley going to New York. I didn't think they needed a running back, but
I did.
Because I mean, Orleans Darkwa, he's had some couple 100-yard games
Yeah, yeah.
with a pretty bad line. He's not that bad, but I mean, you can't pass up on someone like Barkley.
I agree. Plus, where the NFL is going now is it's a two back league. I mean, every team almost has two backs, and if you have one back on your team, you're just kind of handicapping yourself because I don't know, it's just where the league's going.
Yeah. Other than that, Darnold went to the Jets. Denzel Ward, cornerback from Ohio State, he went to the Browns. The Browns picked up a quarterback and a cornerback in their first two picks. The Colts picked up an offensive lineman, which I think was a great pick.
Interesting pick.
People hate on offensive line picks early, but
the thing that's super interesting about him is that he's a guard.
yeah,
He's not everyone. They look for the tackles early. He's a guard, which in my opinion is the most important spot on the line. But
maybe he's real good at pulling or something. But they got to keep Andrew Luck healthy. He's coming back from injury this year supposedly. They gotta protect him. So I like the pick. We'll see. As long as he's 6'5", 330. Like, he's massive.
Oh yeah, he's a huge dude. But I think that's pretty much covers the first round. There's no like
Josh Rosen to the Cardinals at number 10. I didn't think he was going to
one.
fall to number 10. I thought he was going to be the second quarterback.
Oh yeah,
taken.
This dude's already going out tweeting saying that like there was 9 mistakes before me, blah 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 blah.
He's all pissed
off. Dude, you got to calm down before you start getting pissed off. Like, I hope you do great because I'm from Arizona, but you got a lot to prove. You're going to be running your mouth already.
Yeah.
And then the other one,
I think the Seahawks picking up Rashad Penny was interesting. Running back for San Diego State.
Surprisingly, the Patriots had 2 picks in the first round and they didn't take Lamar Jackson because that was like the hype that he already had like 2 workouts with him and that he was going there. But then the Ravens traded up to them, I believe is what it was.
Yeah.
To take. Okay, and then last thing, super cool. What's his name from
UCF?
One hand.
Yeah,
UCF.
Griffin.
Shaquem. I couldn't remember his name, but Shaquem Griffin.
Going to the Seahawks.
He's a Seahawk. Gets to play with his twin brother. And what's even crazier about that, if you guys didn't know, at the combine they ran the exact same time. Him and his brother. His brother's a safety and he's a linebacker. So
both ran 4.38. Shaquem Griffin's the fastest recorded 40 time for a linebacker. As we all know, he's missing his hand, like from like about his wrist under. That's all he's got.
If you guys didn't know, he had a disease growing up where it made his hand not develop. And his mom said that he found Shaquem in the kitchen trying to chop his hand off as a 4-year-old kid because that's how much pain he was in. And so the next day they went in and had surgery and got rid of it. And the rest is history. This dude's a beast. If he had 2 hands, he probably would have been a 1st or 2nd round pick.
Oh, 100%. We'll see what happens. I hope he turns out. All right. That's pretty much wrapping up the NFL talk that we're going to do today. We don't want to cover too much of it because, I mean, all these guys are wild cards at this point. You never really know. But let's switch over to the MLB now. I think a topic that has to be talked about right now is the young guys coming up. We'll start with Ohtani. We all know about him. He's the number 1 prospect. He's hitting pretty well. He's pitching pretty well. Against the Yankees, Luis Severino throwing 98 into him. It was about 3-4 inches in
this
off
dude
the
can
plate.
Turn on a baseball.
And he turned on it. Freaking hit a bomb.
That's the 2nd time this year. His that triple that he hit. That was 97 on the inner half. The dude can turn on a baseball like no one's business.
Yeah, we haven't seen him really go opposite field yet for power. We've seen a left center home run.
Left center home run. So that's all right.
But man, he can really turn on it. So he's looking good so far. I think they should try to get him more at bats. He's still hitting like 330. But the big talk of the week is Ronald Acuna getting brought up.
The number 2 prospect in baseball right here, which I personally think is number 1. This dude is a monster. He hit over 500 in spring training, led the entire Grapefruit League in every category. And I was like, all right, they got to do their stupid little, got to wait until April, I don't know, whatever date it was, to bring him up because they got to get their extra year of arbitration, of control under him. And then now he's here. He already hit a tape measure shot to the upper deck.
Oh, yeah. At first game was a little slow for him. I think he went 1 for 4. And then the next day he went 3 for 4 with a bomb. Literally just piss-rotting balls across the field.
He's a stud. His swing's beautiful,
I think
too,
he's hitting
guys.
he went 0 for 3 yesterday, still at 375. So that just shows how hot he was before that.
Yeah, they said that they didn't bring him up right away because he could have been brought up a week earlier, but he was kind of cold and they waited for him to get hot to bring him up.
Yeah.
But while we're on the topic of the Braves, Ozzy Albies, this dude right now
Front
is
runner.
absolutely mashing the ball. He is arguably he is the front runner for the Rookie of the Year.
Yeah.
And then he is also the front runner for the MVP currently because this dude has 9 bombs already.
Yeah, Ozzy Albies is on a tear right now, man.
I don't think the power will stay, but I mean,
he's surprising everyone. I don't think anyone at the beginning of this year was like, who's going to be Rookie of the Year? I don't think anyone said Ozzy Albies. Everyone knew he had potential, but I don't know where he's getting this power from. It's pretty crazy.
Yeah, as a switch hitter, 9 bombs already. I don't know how many are from the right or left side exactly, but it's pretty impressive. He's hitting 288. He's a stud. He's having a good start to the year.
Yeah, another big call up this year just happened this week was Gleyber Torres, Yankees #1 prospect.
He was the #1 prospect in baseball, right?
At one point he was, but then Ohtani got brought up and other things.
Okay.
But yeah, he was the #1 prospect for the Yankees. Everyone's looking forward to it. Dude's got an awesome swing. He was tearing it up in the minors. So they kind of just had to do it. Yankees are looking for a little bit of offense because they've been struggling a little bit. Trying to pick it up now. We'll get into that a little bit later. But Gleyber Torres is looking pretty solid. I think he's hitting around 300 right now.
Yeah.
I know he had a multi-hit game yesterday. Hasn't hit a home run yet, but he's looking good.
No, this is the one that we talked about a little bit last week. Yoan Moncada, we said last week, is he ever going to figure it out? Is he going to figure it out? He could just be in a hot streak right now, or maybe he is starting to figure it out a little bit.
This week he definitely figured it out.
This dude, hit 5 leadoff home runs this week?
I don't know if it was leadoff home runs.
He has 5 this year. 5 leadoff home runs already.
Oh, really? Okay, he has
To
6
lead off the
bombs
game.
total now. So, I think last week he had 1 or 2 home runs. Now he's hitting he was sitting around 200. Now he's already up. His batting average 60 points. He's at 260 with 6 bombs in the leadoff spot. That's pretty impressive for such a young guy. The problem is he's striking out a little much. He's leading the league right now in Ks and as a leadoff.
He lowered his percentage a little bit this week.
Yeah. So he's got 45
it's just
home
under
runs.
2 a game.
Or he's got 45 strikeouts right now. Pretty crazy.
Alrighty. Next guy we got to talk about, or we're moving on to the next topic now, aren't we?
Yeah, we're going to talk about a couple veterans / guys that have been in the league for a little bit now. We got to talk about Pujols. He's closing in on 3,000 hits. We thought he was going to get it done this week, but he's been a little slow. As of right now, I don't know what he has done today at all, or if they've even started their game yet. But he's 5 hits away. He's got 2,995. Closing on that 300 hit mark. Definitely
3,000.
Yeah, 3,000 hit mark. That's very impressive. They play tonight. See what he can do. Maybe he can get a multi-hit game, get a little bit closer. But man,
And
the machine's
honestly,
still going.
It's not surprising. I mean, this guy is the best hitter of his generation. If you want to argue with me all you want, because there's no argument. This guy was basically a 330 hitter for roughly like 10 years.
Yeah, it was him and A-Rod, and A-Rod got caught with steroids, so that kind of just takes him out of the category. So Albert Pujols is going to surpass him as long as he keeps playing in most of the stats.
And how many home runs does he have right now? 6 something?
Let's see. Trying to find him really quick.
Dude, why is he not on that list? He's not on the Cardinals, that's why.
Yeah, my bad. Yeah. I'm an idiot.
Okay, so we're going to move on to another topic while Ryan looks this up real quick.
Well, he's got 619 home runs, so he's moving up on the list. He's getting up there. He's going to pass people left and right this year.
If he has a big year, he could hit up to 650, probably.
Yeah, we'll see what happens.
30 home runs is not out of question, even though he's getting old.
Yeah.
Next category, we got Pablo Sandoval.
This dude.
You guys haven't heard that name in a while. You know, the fat guy that went to Boston after being a monster in San Francisco.
Got a giant contract and sucked.
He's back in San Francisco now. He doesn't really play a whole lot because he's too fat to really play.
He's doing okay.
But the dude pitched a clean 9th inning yesterday.
The Giants are getting blown out by the Dodgers. There wasn't one 1-2-3 inning all last night for that entire team. Same with the Dodgers, not one clean inning. 1-2-3. He comes in the ninth, throwing a little bit of off speed, throwing some fastballs. Goes 1-2-3. I thought it was something we got to know. It's pretty funny when they bring in those guys and they end up doing okay.
That's like the Ichiro situation. It's just too good. Too bad he didn't give up a bomb. That would have been funny.
That's
too.
the best. They try to throw a curveball, hang it, and just 450 feet.
Yep. All right. We have to talk about
Unfortunately.
Didi. Unfortunately, we have to talk about
all
him.
I see on my Twitter timeline is Didi Gregorius' stat line. It's impressive right now. He's hitting 356, 10 bombs, 30 RBIs.
Yeah, he's leading this league in, I think, every category other than average. That's only like 1 point or something off.
He was leading it yesterday. So, I mean, after going 0-4, he's not leading anymore. But the dude's on a tear right now. I don't know what he's doing. But
I don't know.
He's surprising people. I mean, I definitely put him in the top 3 shortstops in the league right now, as long as he's hot.
Toby, stop.
But we'll see what happens. I still think that Lindor, Seager, and Machado are the top 3 when they're playing well. But right now,
Yeah.
Didi's definitely in there.
Didi's definitely number 1 at this very second. He's definitely putting out some big numbers. I don't think the average is going to stand. He's in 356 so far, and obviously it's the beginning of the year, so it's going to go down. But I'm sure Yankees fans are going, "Oh yeah, this is Didi's breakout year. He's going to hit 315, 320." I do not think that's going to happen.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see if he keeps it up. He's getting better every year, it seems like. So we'll see what he can do. Just gonna mention Trout really quick. Mike Trout, he's the first one to 10 home runs. Him and Didi are now tied. But got to talk about Trout for a second. I mean, the dude's a monster. Just a side note, he's hit 10 bombs.
First one to 10 bombs this year. We all know how great he is. We had to say it.
Yeah. So next we're gonna move on to a couple notable injuries. Just got a few to go over right now. I know there's probably some that we missed. If you want to comment on our video and mention some other guys that we might throw in our next video. But starting off, Will Myers back on the DL. He's got a strained oblique. He was started on the DL in the season, came back for about 2 weeks. Now he's back on the DL. It's not looking good for the Padres. They need him in the lineup.
Yeah, he's definitely supposed to be like the guy they're building their clubhouse around, and them being hurt's not looking good. Robbie Ray went down today with a oblique injury, left the game after 1 1/3. Hopefully it's nothing too serious. He came out pretty much immediately, so I don't think he would have put any more damage on it. So hopefully he's only out 1 to 2 weeks.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes. Those oblique injuries can be a little the timetable's a little iffy sometimes. I watched the game live. He did have a little discomfort, and then he tried to throw one more pitch, and he's like, "No, I can't do it." So hopefully that means he didn't re-injure it, or not re-injure it, but injure it even more. So hopefully him coming out fast means that it won't keep him out for too long. We'll see, though.
Puig's out with a hip pointer?
Yeah, we got a hip injury, so he won't be in the series for sure against the Diamondbacks. They already said that. We'll see how long he misses, though. And then the last one I want to throw in is J.P. Crawford, starting shortstop for the Phillies. Phillies have been pretty good this year so far. And J.P. Crawford, I think, is a good part of that because he plays really good defense. He's not too bad of a hitter either. But he's out right now. I know they have some infielders to replace him right now, like Kingery can play short. They got Maikel Franco that can just play third now.
Caesar can go over there.
Caesar Hernandez. But he seems like a pretty solid rookie for them to lose. We'll see how long he stays out. It's just a strain, so hopefully not too long.
Yeah, the strain's interesting. Luckily, like, if it was a pitcher, it'd be a big deal because that forearm strain usually leads to more elbow injuries.
Mm-hmm.
But just as an infielder, he should be just fine.
Yeah. All right. Moving on to our newest category, which we're gonna do every week now. We're gonna talk about who's hot and who's not in the MLB. Right now we got who's hot. We got to start with the D-backs. I mean, it's our favorite team, but they're hot now.
Number one team in baseball.
Them and the Red Sox
today.
Them and the Red Sox are tied. But what's more impressive is they've won their first 9 series.
Yeah, that's the big topic. They have yet to lose a series. They've been playing some good competition. They beat the Dodgers twice. They beat the Nationals. They beat the Phillies, the red hot Phillies. So it's not like they're running in an easy part of their schedule. They're beating some pretty good teams.
Yeah, the first team since 2001 Mariners to win 9 straight series. It's really impressive. I think the next thing is if I think the 1907 Cubs won 12 straight. I think that's what the stat is. So we'll see. See if they can keep it up. They got the Dodgers and Astros coming up, so it's gonna be tough.
Yeah, and then we got the Rays. They won 8 in a row right now, which is super impressive.
Yeah, they're pitching really well right now.
Yeah, the pitchers, like we were talking about last week, we think that they have a great rotation, and they're showing it this week.
They also outslugged the Red Sox in a shootout. I think they just put up 12 runs against them, hit 4 bombs.
Yeah.
The Rays are always an interesting team. They always seem to be able to I don't know, show up at some point. Like whether they're having a terrible season, they'll show up and win some games. Yankees are on fire right now. Their offense seems to be clicking. Gary Sanchez is hitting the ball out of the park. They had that 3-run walk-off for them the other day. Didi's leading the way. Stanton is slowly getting back. I think he's at like 230, almost 240 now.
Oh, so he's been getting hot.
Yeah, Judge has been killing it.
Yeah. The Cubs have won 7 out of 10 right now. They started off a little slow, but it looks like they're starting to get into the full swing.
Yeah, the Yankees won 8 in a row. We didn't say that, but yeah, the Cubs are looking good again. I know Schwarber the other day he hit another bomb. He's doing pretty good. Yu Darvish had their first good start with them. He took out his double leg pump in his windup / stretch that he does.
Hoping he can find his accuracy.
Yeah, and it seems to be working. But yeah, I just looked up Schwarber. He's hitting 284 with 7 bombs. He's tearing it up this past week. I mean, with the last one we got to talk about is just the Astros. They had a tiny little hiccup where I think they lost 4 straight, but they've won their last 8 out of 10.
7 out of 10.
7 out of 10. They're dominant. We don't need to go into too many details. Altuve's hitting 350 still. Verlander's still pitching well. They got it all going. So let's talk about who's not hot. Who sucks right now? Angels.
The Angels have not been doing too hot. They've lost 7 out of 10 right now, and that's with Mike Trout on fire, with the Ohtani hype. They're just not pitching very well. Their pitchers the past week have not been putting up what they need to be doing.
Yeah, they've not been up to par for sure. It all comes down to pitching, honestly. Their offense is going to be there between Ohtani's hitting for him, but between Trout, Upton, Kinsler, Kozar, like their offense is never going to be the problem, I don't think, this year. But their pitchers, I think their best pitcher they got is Garrett Richards, who, I mean, used to be really good, but after that injury he had where he broke his leg or something on a comebacker.
Yeah, it was weird.
He's good. He's been good.
He's struggling so far this year, though.
Okay. But other than that, they don't have too many big names in the rotation.
Then we got the Nationals. This one's surprising a lot of people.
This is very surprising.
Well, yesterday I was watching the D-backs Nationals game, and their coach got completely out-coached by Lovella, which is surprising to me because I don't think Lovella was that good of a coach. But he showed up and made a really sneaky play yesterday where he there was a lefty on deck to come hit, and then he switched and put a righty out there, but didn't officially put him in the game. And the Nationals manager instantly jumped and put took their lefty out and put a righty in the game. So then they kept the lefty up, and now they had a righty pitching to him. So it was just bad coaching. He jumped to conclusions for no reason, and he got pretty much out coached on that. It's just a simple hey, we're gonna act like this guy's going in, but he's not actually going in, kind of thing. Yeah,
the Nationals have lost 7 out of their last 10. Harper's been really cold lately. He's down to 250. Hasn't hit a home run for over a week now. I think he's a big part of their RBIs. Zimmerman's always solid, but
they're hurt. I mean, they're really hurt right now in their lineup.
Yeah, Adam Eaton's not in there right now, leading off for him.
Eaton's not in there. Rendon's not in there.
Oh yeah, Rendon's hurt too. I forgot about that. But yeah, they're struggling a little bit right now. Next, we'll move on to the Twins, who are really bad right now. Surprisingly, they're really
8
bad.
out of 10.
They've lost 8 out of 10. Yeah, they're 9-13 right now. When I thought they'd be up there with the Indians.
Well, they started out the gates hot, but when you lose 8 out of 10, it's not looking too hot.
It's just their pitching right now, really.
Yeah, they can't. Well, other than Barrios, they're having a rough time, a rough go around with their pitching.
Yeah, and they did. Barrios got his last. He lost his last start against the Yankees.
Kyle Gibson's still pitching pretty well, but
Oda
they're bottom
Rizzi
of
won
the.
yesterday. Won yesterday, I think. He did pretty good, but
They Fernando Rodney's still blowing saves.
yeah,
That's another one for him.
they ran into the Yankees and got 4 games swept. Last one was that walk off by Gary Sanchez. Kind of just put a damper on their hearts right now.
Yeah,
They're not playing good right now, but Sano's hurt. They have a couple guys that are a little roughed up. They'll get back into it. The last team we're going to touch on today, guys, is the Blue Jays, who started off. They jumped out of the gates looking real good, but
yeah, they were red hot to start the season, but they've lost 7 out of 10.
Yep, they lost 7 out of 10. Stroman's been really bad this year. He's supposed to be their go-to guy on the bump, and his ERA is in the 6 right now, I think.
8,
yeah, 8.8. Really bad. Garcia's in the 5.4. Sanchez and J.A. Happ 3.5, which is okay. I mean, they're doing all right.
That's good enough to win games. So,
yeah.
But a kind of interesting topic with them was their second baseman just got brought down to the minor leagues. What's his name, Ryan?
Devin Travis.
Yeah, Devin Travis.
Who's predominantly a good hitter, but he's not. I mean, I agree with the option. He's hitting like 150 right now.
Yeah, there's no reason to waste ABs on a guy that isn't getting it done.
Marco Estrada also has a 6 ERA, so their pitching is really bad right now.
So honestly, I don't know how that really works in their system. I don't know if they have a good team bond going on or whatnot. But bringing down a starter to the minors is kind of I'm gonna shake them up a little bit.
Yeah. Other than that, guys, we don't have too much else for you this week. If you want us to talk about anything in our next video next Sunday, please comment on the video. Hit us up on our Discord links. Check out our streams. That'll all be in the description. Thank you guys for tuning in today, and have a great rest of your week. Rick, you got anything?
Nope. You guys have a good one. Follow us on Twitter. It's the easiest way to contact us. Just send us messages through there.
Yes, sir.
And yeah, if there's anything you guys want to talk about, just hit us up.
All right, guys. Have a wonderful rest of your week and take it easy.